Leadership is not a rank. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is a decision. Leadership is a choice. If you decide to look after the person to the left of you and look after the person to the right of you, you have become a leader. You've seen the movie 300, right? The Spartans, the greatest fighting force of all time. You want to know one of the things that made the Spartans great? It was their shields. They stood shield to shield, and the phalanx was strong because those shields were big. And they were told when they were young children, you either bring your shield home or you come home on your shield. Because if you lost your shield, that means you cannot protect the person to the left of you and the person to the right of you, and you have destroyed the phalanx. It's the shield that matters, not the spear. It's your willingness to sacrifice for someone, to hold that shield up so that they feel safe, that makes you a leader.
The world is always changing. The world is always shifting around, it's always changing. And it's not going to stay the way you want it to stay. It's just not. There is a 0% chance that the universe is going to stay exactly how you want it to stay. Life is your experience. And life is about finding joy in that experience that you're having, in your journey. Basically, when you have a journey, what the journey is going to do is it's going to expose weaknesses in your character. It's going to expose weaknesses and unfocused and soft aspects in your personality. Things that are weak about you, things that you're being a little bitch, things that you're being a pussy, things that you're being a whiny little fuck, things that you're not evolved enough, things that are just like fucking lame about yourself, that are not up to par, that are not fucking tight, that are not awesome, that are not fucking pure, you know what I'm saying, right? That's what the journey does. And it exposes the shit out of it. But whenever you have some journey, you're gonna have to learn, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to learn how to change the way that you view yourself. You're gonna have to change your behavior. You're gonna have to change your discipline. You're gonna have to change your focus. You're gonna have to transform into something you're not. And then you're gonna have to kill that thing and then transform into some other thing. And then you're gonna have to kill that thing and you're gonna transform into some other fucking thing. You know, even an animal, right?
Once you're in it, and you've got to go all the way to the end. Because you commit yourself to such a level where there is no compromise. You give everything you have, everything, absolutely everything. And sometimes you find even more, because it requires more if you want still to be ahead, if you want to win.
Ayrton Senna will always be fast. He'll never be old. He will always be the champion of Brazil and of the world.
The one thing I would say is to never give up. I think the one thing my dad always told me was to never give up. And there was so many experiences I had through my racing career where there was moments that I didn't think that I would make it. But I'd wake up the next day, I'd go training, get myself back into it, and I kept believing in myself. And I managed to get there. This is something to aspire to. And I hope that for all the racing drivers that are here, I hope that what I have achieved shows that they can do it as well. I started karting when I was 8. And it was just a hobby for me and my parents to do. My dad bought me a really old go-kart. It was like, I think it'd been owned by 5 different families. And yeah, we went and raced. I won my first 6 races.
The line then, Hamilton takes the checkered flag.
I won my first British Championship in my 2nd year. And then that's when I met Ron Dennis, and told him that I wanted to be an F1 world champion one day. The next morning I get up, I train, because I feel like I can do it again, or I feel I can get there. And I didn't win the world championship this year, but I feel that if I just keep working at it, eventually I'll get there. Because I wake up and I think about racing all the time, so. And we're training all the time, we're traveling all the time, we're away from family and friends. But I think for me, it's always wanting to be the best. I want to be the best at what I do. And even if I've won a world championship, I can always do better.
You have a limit. As soon as you touch this limit, something happens and you suddenly can go a little bit further. With your mind power, your determination, your instinct, and the experience as well, you can fly very high.